Well, downtown's biggest summer celebration is back this week. Formerly known as Sidewalk Days, downtown Duluth Days will welcome more than 175 vendors from food trucks and workout classes to boutique shopping and local live music. The two-day party is free and open to all ages with different vendors and activities stretching several blocks of Superior Street. Downtown Duluth President Christy Stokes recently joined us in studio to share more about what to expect.
Think about it, it's from Maurice's really all the way to Graceland Plaza, and so it ends up being a lot longer, which means we have more vendors, we have more food trucks, so we have more activities, and it goes into the night as well.
Now, the event's going to start Wednesday, July 8th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday, July 9th festivities will go from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To find more information on what to expect on each block, you can visit downtownduluth.com or just go to our website, better yet, and we'll link to it there.